sure that this is working too.
I have no idea what account. Is there a way for you guys to see what email I use?
No.
Dude, welcome back to Hanging Out with the Dudes. I'm your host, PC, and we have a very special episode for you guys today. But as always, let's check out with the dudes. K-Stel is sitting right here next to me, so he's going to kind of be hanging out. But let's go to the West Coast first. Main man from way out west, how we doing on Selection Sunday?
Hello, folks. Duke beat UNC 3 times in a season for the first time since 2001. And they won the ACC championship without the best player in college basketball. So, exciting show for you. Donate, like, subscribe, and let's get into it. Hello, folks.
Yes, sir, as always. K-Stel, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm fantastic, fellas. Hopefully we're not double listening to me.
I don't think so.
I got it right here. Yeah, I'm at PC's joint right now. Ready to get into this interview, this little Selection Sunday action. Duke, Auburn, Florida, Houston. Let's see what happens. I saw Jay Williams had, the most, bold bracket take out there for his Final Four. So, or at least Elite Eight. So, I'm excited to see what Isaiah is gonna answer for our questions, because we got a lot of special ones. I know P4 does, especially.
Yeah, because he's a special person, special man, special questions, special player. But yeah, we're gonna have a special guest obviously today. A Drake freshman, Isaiah Howard, is gonna be on the podcast here. It's gonna be a good time. He should be showing up hopefully around 10 o'clock. But since it is Selection Sunday, we thought there'd be nothing better than to go through and make this a very specific college basketball podcast for you. Maybe a little bit of a shorter episode, but go through the brackets and seeing what the non-experts, the Dudes in Sports podcast, who, by the way, probably has some of the greatest insights in all of sports. I mean, you can probably clip us on that. But we're going to go through our brackets here. The order is going to go as follows. K-Stelt's going to start us off here. And then main man from way out west. And then finally, I'll wrap up the show. Once Isaiah comes on, we will stop whatever we are doing and we'll go through the interview. So this should be a great pod for us. But as always, I'm going to pull up this bracket for K-Stelt. And he's going to kind of go through what he sees in this bracket. Take it away, sir.
Yeah, we got a lot of interesting slots here, especially with UNC hopping into that first four in. It looks like the brackets are pretty well, organized with the strength of schedule and the players they got here. But we'll just start off with the South first. I like to go southeast and then, left, right. So we'll start off with that. And I think this is a pretty easy one for Auburn, taking it home here. I actually didn't even know who these teams were when I first started watching. I started watching right at 5 minutes past. But we'll take Auburn going first in that round of 64 match. And then, of course, this next match is the one where people just, figure out what are we going to look at here. Creighton's a fantastic team. They shoot well. Their defense is okay-ish. Louisville had a bit of a struggle in the ACC tournament. I know they had that one game-winning shot there. Not a team to mess with. They've come from a far way, especially last season. They were doing awful. But this one, I think I'm going to go with my Big East school in Creighton. I think they're going to pull it away. The Blue Jays will beat the Cardinals, I believe. Is their name the Cardinals? Louisville Cardinals?
They're the Blue Jays.
Yes.
Louisville Cardinals, though. That's their.
Oh, Louisville Cardinals, correct.
Yeah.
Creighton Blue Jays, yes.
So we'll do the Blue Jays over the Cards. Sorry about that, Nick Howard. Michigan and UC San Diego, a sneaky team in there. They've had a pretty solid season. Not a bad pick for a lot of those 12-5 match upsets that we like here, but I do like how Michigan plays. They have a solid roster. Their starting five is pretty decent. They do play that Big Ten basketball where it's very fundamental defense, not really a matchup defense. They rebound well. They pass well. They're a very fundamental team. They can score at will. I am going to take Michigan here right now. Next one, Texas A&M. They had a struggle up there with Texas, and Texas is a solid team. They have that youngster playing for them. Just a Valley team. Just another SEC team going in there. Yale isn't a bad squad either. Do not be fooled by Yale. These teams are in here for a special reason. But I am going to take another chalk pick here and go Texas A&M. They're just way too good offensively. Unless Yale can come and stop them defensively at the perimeter, I don't know if I can see Yale beating Texas A&M. So we got a couple chalk picks right here. Another chalk pick coming into the mix here, just because San Diego State and UNC are playing. If UNC wins that game, I do not think UNC has a shot to win against Ole Miss. San Diego State is a bit tricky. I don't really know what they kind of have, but I'm going to go Ole Miss again, just because it's a playing game. We don't really know what we're working with here. I can see what San Diego State has, but they're coming off of another game. They'll have to play 3 in 6 days. If they do beat Ole Miss, I think Ole Miss has the guns there. Iowa State and Lipscomb. Now listen, I think Iowa State's going to have enough juice in the tank to get past Lipscomb. But don't be surprised if they struggle a little bit at a random 10-minute stretch, just because of the way their threes are rolling. I will go Iowa State here. We're going to have all chalk picks in this first one. Got to stay simple and easy. This next one's interesting, though. New Mexico is a great school, and Marquette isn't actually that fantastic of a Big East school, especially from last season. I'm going to take my first upset of the bracket right here. I'm going to go New Mexico. They shoot well. They play way better defense than you think. So we're going to stick with New Mexico here, and Marquette's going to be leaving the tournament early. Next one, pretty easy. Michigan State, Tom Izzo in the tournament. I just don't see any other possibility. I know Brian's been kind of rumbling around trying to get into that little higher spot than 15. They didn't really get there. Michigan State's probably going to take that match right there against Brian. Let's go up to the right side. I think it's the east side. Pretty easy. One of these two playing games are probably going to beat Duke. And anyway, I'm just kidding, P4. Sorry about that. We'll have Duke making it past Cooper Flag with an L. Is going to go past that playing game right there. Nothing too special. Mississippi State, what a shot getting in there. Playing Baylor. This will be an interesting game. The selection committee knows what they're doing with these two squads. I'll tell you what, if Baylor comes to play, they will give Mississippi a run for their money, and Duke as well, if they play the game they would need to. They need to rebound well. They need to score with their two prime scorers. Don't know if that'll happen with Mississippi State. This is a toss-up. I'm going to go Baylor winning this first 8-9 matchup, but that'll probably be it for right now. Oregon and Liberty, this one's pretty solid. Nobody really knows about Oregon. They just kind of stay quiet in the Big Ten, especially during basketball season. Liberty's a solid school, definitely an upset looker for a lot of those 5-12 upsets. I am going to go Liberty here because they shoot well, they pass well, but don't be surprised if Oregon wins. This is an absolutely bold take by my end because Oregon just plays so solid. Akron, we saw that game today. Akron was in there fighting for their lives, last-minute game winner for the championship, got in today, actually, but Arizona got to the Big 12 championship. It's going to be too easy for them. If they play their game, it's going to be smooth sailing all the way home. So Arizona's going to take that 4-13 matchup. BYU, VCU, got a couple three-letter schools in here. BYU, man, if they can shoot like they did during this Big 12 tournament, just beware. Wouldn't be shocked if this was an upset right here. I think I'm going to go BYU here. Sorry, not BCU. Wisconsin, Montana. I've been seeing a lot of Montana ball lately. They are not as bad as you think they are. Wisconsin's kind of been in a little bit of trouble lately. Talented Big Ten school at the finest level. Plays good defense, shoots well. Just really well coached. I think I'm going to go Montana here. I think Wisconsin has the ability to just kind of get into that. Man, these kids are a little bit more athletic than us. If they don't get the fouls that they normally do in the Big Ten, I think Montana's going to pull this one out, and I like it a lot. St. Mary's versus Vanderbilt. You know, St. Mary's kind of had a little bit of a struggle bus at the end of the season, especially with a couple of those, WCC games. Vanderbilt played pretty well, beat Missouri in a couple weeks ago. I think I'm going to take Vanderbilt here. I got 2 10 seeds winning in my first 2 brackets. So Vandy, I think, is going to take the small upset here over St. Mary's. St. Mary's, those white boys just cannot handle the SEC. Alabama versus, oh my word, is that Robert Morris made it? Yeah. Alabama, congratulations. You have made it. Going to play Vanderbilt, in my opinion. SEC matchup, fantastic. Let's go down, or I can, PC's over here trying to get the stuff going on. Florida, pretty simple. They're going to be moving along this part of the town. Oklahoma, honestly, getting into this tournament was pretty good for them. I know UConn had some struggles. I think UConn's going to do it. I think Dan Hurley probably has the guys to get past Oklahoma. Oklahoma team is athletic. If they shoot well, it will be a close game. I think UConn's going to pull it through, though. 5-12 matchup. Listen, I've been watching Colorado State for the past, 2 weeks. They're on a 10-game winning streak right now, so. Oh boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, fans of our podcast, this is our very first guest ever on the Dudes and Sports podcast. He is a first-team All-State, first-team All-Conference selection his sophomore through senior years at Plattsburgh High School. In his senior year, he averaged 34.4 points, 13.2 rebounds, 4.3 assists, and 5.6 steals per game, while shooting 55% from the floor and 36% from 3. He led the Plattsburgh Tigers to a 25-6 record and reached the quarterfinals in the state tournament. He scored over 3,000 points in his high school career. He is now a freshman at the 30-3 Drake Bulldogs as the Missouri Valley regular season and conference tournament champions. Ladies and gentlemen, number 23, Mr. Isaiah Howard. Thank you for joining us on the pod. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your day, your busy day, obviously, for Selection Sunday. So we're just going to go through a few of the questions that we've had some of us have come up with. Let's just start from the very beginning. What was it like growing up in Plattsburgh High School?
It was dope. My parents are from. My dad's from Plattsburgh. My mom's from Lathrop, so both sides of my family are right there with me. So it's fun. I have my friends. Plattsburgh's not very big, so you play sports. You go to school with your friends from kindergarten to senior year. So, um, you get really close with your friends. Just all the memories. Laughing jokes, making jokes on and off the court, in the classroom. So you grow up with these dudes from kindergarten when you were born. I went to preschool with some of them, and I graduated with some of them. So just being with them all the way through, and yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So like we mentioned, 34.4 points a game, 13.4 rebounds, 5.6 steals in high school. Who was like your biggest influence on your game? Like who did you try to copy your game on as you grew up in high school?
Um, I like Paul George a lot. But
Dog.
you could say like, who doesn't want to be like LeBron or whatever. You know what I'm saying. But I would say like my mom, my dad, they kind of, or my uncle, really my whole family on both sides of my parents. They helped me, work out, shoot the ball in the driveway, or um, yeah, whatever. So just them helping me out get better. But yeah, I would say Paul George probably.
Cool. Yeah, Paul George, obviously a great player currently for the Sixers. So what were some of your, we do have some Plattsburgh people here out in the chat, shout out Plattsburgh High School. What some of your best memories either on or off the court in Plattsburgh?
Uh, oof. That's a good question. Obviously going to state was fun. But I would say like everything outside of like playing basketball, or playing football or track, whatever. Track was honestly super fun to me. I couldn't wait for track season. Track season was the best. You get out of school at 12:30, whatever. 'Cause track meets are all day. Just going out to eat with your friends. Not getting in trouble, but getting in trouble with your friends. Just running around, having fun. Um, I would say like the football, pregame football or pregame basketball in the locker room, blasting music and dancing and all that other stuff with your friends was fun. But yeah, I would say like everything outside of playing sports was the best part. In the summer you got the pool. Um, junior year, going into senior year, me and my friends picked up golf. So we went out and played golf.
Shout out
just,
Coach Delameter.
just messing around out there. Yeah, yeah, Kyle, yeah, for sure. So we went out there and just played golf. Just having fun with it. It was our senior year. We knew it was our last time for real being together. We all are going to different colleges and stuff. So just having fun with it, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I work in Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh's a great community. Let's move a little bit after a little bit of high school. So you were originally committed to North Dakota State, but then you ended up joining Drake University. What was that process like for you? And then how did Ben McCollum convince you to decommit from North Dakota State and then come to Drake University as be a part of their program?
Yeah, so it was, excuse me, it was crazy. It was quick turnaround. So yeah, I did commit to North Dakota State. So I was with them for a majority of my senior year, and then my grandma kind of passed away and stuff, and North Dakota State was 8 hours away from home, and I'm a big family guy. I like being 2 hours away. It's cool. I get to go home whenever I can. It's just 2 hours, but I haven't been home much. Especially in season, we're super busy and stuff. But so yeah, North Dakota State was 8 hours away. Um, and yeah, so we kind of talked about it. Um, and as I was talking to my family, I hit the portal, or not hit the portal, but yeah, I decommitted. And as I decommitted, Coach Mack went to Drake, so there was that. And then I was at a track meet when he went to Drake. So I had Coach T called me. He was like, "Hey, Max going to Drake. I know you're about to you're about to decommit, so just like he might try to call you, or just letting me all know the schools that were might call me. Um, so as soon as I didn't talk to them at all. I didn't have any contact with them when I was with North Dakota or State or nothing. I didn't talk to anything. But as soon as I posted on Twitter that I was decommitting from North Dakota State, they did call me. I had a couple schools call me, but they called me. I really our relationship was, I feel like, important. I mean, any relationship with any coach is important, but I feel like even the assistant coaches, where our relationship was really good. Um, he won a lot. I like to win, and it was 2 hours away from home, so that's really what kind of hit it off. Was it was 2 hours away, and I could essentially go home whenever I wanted to. I mean, not really, but yeah.
Yeah, great insight on that process. That's something that somebody probably doesn't really understand as the average fan. So that's kind of a cool little insight there. So coming into this year as a freshman, what were some just like goals that you were trying to accomplish? Just are you like trying to get some minutes? What's like the goal coming into the year?
I had no idea what to expect at all. I kind of sat down with my dad and talked to him about it. He's like, with our goal, not goals, but just like what I thought would happen before I came up here, or could happen. And I kind of just told him like I don't really know what to expect. Both my parents went to college to play sports, so I mean they kind of knew how it goes, but it's a different time from when they were in college, obviously, for sure. But yeah, he kind of just told me just go in there empty-minded. Everyone was transferring there. It wasn't like everyone. I mean, we have two dudes on the team that stayed from previous years, but everyone else is transferring. So it's like it's something new for everyone. So just go in there empty-minded and just play, be yourself. But yeah, I didn't really know what to expect. I kind of just wanted to go in there and hoop for real. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, everyone wants to play or start or whatever, but I thought it was just cool to know that I was going to play or get some minutes in some games. So I was just happy with that. So yeah, I mean, not that redshirting or not playing is bad. I was okay with redshirting too or whatever. Just it's not my time, or I just don't want to waste a year. You never just want to waste a year. So yeah, it's cool to play for sure. But yeah, I didn't really know what to expect when I first came up here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's totally understandable. You guys had an incredible year. 30-3, obviously, Missouri Valley Conference regular season champions. What do you think? When do you think it clicked for you guys that you guys, we're gonna actually gonna be something really good and maybe make something magical happen this season?
I think it could be the scrimmages. We had a couple of private scrimmages. I didn't really know what to expect because we hadn't played anyone else except ourselves at that point. So we had a couple of private scrimmages, and I was like, okay, like we might be a little something. And then we played our first game, we won, and so the big schedule came out. We seen that we had K-State, and it was like, oh snap, like it's K-State. Especially for me, I'm from a small town, so like playing schools like that, it's like whoa, like this is cool. Like we were about to play Mizzou, so just seeing Mizzou, like just playing big schools like that, it's not normal for people from that small town to go play schools like that. Even in Charleston, we played FAU and Vanderbilt and Miami. Miami was like a big one. So we kind of thought like maybe going into Miami and Charleston undefeated, it was like 2-0 or 3-0 or something like that before we went to go play Miami. And we're like, that'd be dope to go 3-0 and then go play Miami, not knowing like what I'm saying. So then we won the whole thing. And I think after Charleston, we were like, okay, we got a little something special building here, just because, you play the small schools at the beginning of the year just to fine tune things. But yeah, when we won at Charleston, I think that kind of clicked for us to know that we got a little something working here.
Cool. Yeah, I've got two more questions for you, and I'm sure the dudes have a few questions for you, and then we'll get you out of here. But my biggest one now is, what was one of your best moments? We've talked a lot about on the court. Talk about like something off the court that you felt like was really fun that's happened on the team, like in a meeting, at a dinner, something funny, just something to kind of give an insight on the day-to-day life.
Yeah, so everything so you see Coach Mack and all the coaches very seriously during games and interviews and stuff, but everything off the court is all jokes. Even in practice, sometimes we have jokes. So he likes to every coach likes to crack jokes at everyone. We got a lounge. So I mean, like today before the selection show, we were playing FIFA in there, just relaxing. We had food, so playing FIFA. We got PS5 in the lounge, so yeah, we were playing FIFA. We go out to eat as a team. I would say just like the hotels. It's like when you go on a trip, you're in a hotel with your teammates. Maybe there's ice cream down the street. You go walk to get some ice cream, or like today we just went out for dinner and had a little team dinner just out there messing around. I wouldn't say I have a favorite yet. It's hard because I mean, like every day there's something new. There's arguing there's always a new hot topic, sports or whatever, what new YouTube video or new song out everyone's disagreeing on. So you know how it gets a little heated in there in the arguments. So I would probably say some of that.
Yeah, that's awesome. We totally understand the arguments. If our fans here knows that we like to argue on this
That's why we
thing
started
all the
the
time.
show.
Yeah, we like to argue a lot, so that's the kind of the reasoning behind it. So, my last question is obviously going in and versing number 6 Mizzou as an 11 seed. I just want to know what's the mindset going in like, and like how are you guys prepping? Don't even give me any details just in case Mizzou's watching this podcast. Hardly unlikely, but what's the mindset going into your first ever NCAA tournament game?
For me personally, it's kind of just taking it all in. March Madness is a huge event. Even when I was in school, I was watching March Madness in class, and some of the teachers were turning it on. So I was happy when the teachers were turning it on. So, but you just get one game at a time. That's all you get. So just keeping that mindset, no matter win or loss, you can't look ahead. I mean, every team is good at this point. Everybody makes a tournament for a reason. So just one game at a time, same focus on the main thing. So, I mean, yeah, just one game at a time, really.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think my buddy, Main Man from Way Out West, has got a few questions, then my buddy K-Stel will have a few, and then we'll get you out of here. So Main Man from Way Out West, also known as P4, what are your questions for the man?
Yeah, honor and a pleasure, Isaiah, and congratulations, first of all. Obviously, going to Drake, and you were talking about off the court and all this kind of stuff. How did the Kendrick Drake beef work on your campus? Was that an issue at all, or?
Not really. I didn't really see anything on the team for sure. On the team, there was some beef for sure. Coach Mack is a big Kendrick Lamar guy. I'm more of a Drake guy, to be honest with you. I'm a Drake guy. But I do like some old Kendrick. I think old Kendrick is fire. But overall, I'm Drake. I'm more
As
Drake
far as
guy.
the school, you guys didn't get any hate thinking that maybe you were related to the Drake going on with.
No, I mean there a couple years ago he did come here and perform. I'm pretty sure. They have like a big like track event here, I guess, and he came perform. But yeah, there's like a school like Twitter thing, and there were some Kendrick Lamar. I mean, I seen some today with a Kendrick Lamar and a Drake jersey today after the selection show. So, yeah.
The other next question I have for you is I'm trying to fill out my bracket, and there's a possibility you guys play St. John's and Rick Pitino, and obviously he's a great coach and all that. How much do you know? I mean, when he was at Louisville, you were in diapers. So, I mean, he's been doing it for a while now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're hot. They're hot, for sure. They're a very good team. I don't know. I don't want to say anything. If we get there, we get there. Yeah, I get it. I got you.
Awesome. Well, it was a pleasure. Obviously, if you guys end up going against my boys, then there might be a little bit of a problem. But until then, I'm rooting for you. I wish you the best of luck. And
yes, sir. Thank you.
Out there, of course.
All right,
Yes,
K-Stel, you can ask a few questions, then we'll get Zay out of here.
Yeah, I got 3 real quick ones, actually. My first one, I got to look over here because that's where it's at. Isaiah, first of all, congratulations and a pleasure to meet you. First one, I try to make it a little, unique. So what specific moment in school or, at the in a game, in practice, whatever, what was the first moment that made you realize, holy crap, this is like way harder than I thought it was going to be, like college basketball wise?
Probably like the speed of the game. Everyone's more jumps higher. Especially coming from Plattsburgh, everyone's faster, jumps higher, smarter on the court. Just everything is a little better. I would say it was kind of the opposite though. Was I kind of overthink a lot or doubt myself sometimes. So just getting out there and realizing these dudes do the same thing I do. And it's just basketball at the end of the day. So just realizing everyone has different skill sets more here, or it's more noticeable. Maybe that, but I would definitely say the speed of the game was a lot faster than I expected.
Yeah, it's definitely different speed. I'm a basketball official, so when I went up to the higher levels. I haven't made it to your level next, but I've done some NAIA games.
Yeah,
those guys are just another level for my
Gotcha.
speed, and I can barely get up and down the court at 22 years old. My second one's pretty simple. These guys are just clowns. They always want to do this. My second one is a little odd. What's your favorite drill in practice?
Probably just the good old scrimmage. Just the good old scrimmage. We do a lot of one-on-one in practice. I don't really like that. It gets too tiring. It's just one-on-one. It gets too tiring. Probably just a good old scrimmage, 5-on-5. Just get to it. Really, that's my type of practice.
All right, my last one. I'm a KU fan. I assumed that you guys were going to play KU coming in here, but apparently KU isn't that good to deserve you guys. I actually had the entire scouting report done for you guys in case you guys needed it. I probably would have gotten in trouble, though, for some reason. My last question, though, being from Missouri, I know there's a lot of Mizzou fans, probably from your high school, watching you and watching Mizzou, and that's, you don't really care about that. But were you a Mizzou guy at all? Like when you were a kid, were you a K-State guy? Were you kind of anyone else? And if you weren't, it doesn't matter. But if you were, how does that kind of translate into the game? Playing a school that, you looked up to and you watched when you were a child.
Yeah, I was definitely a Mizzou guy for sure. My family is a Mizzou. My grandpa just posted on Facebook actually my Drake shirt and a Mizzou shirt and how he is gonna wear both. So yeah, and then there's there's that. My mom's side actually, they're from Kansas. They're big KU fans. My uncle's a big Mizzou guy, and he said how hard it's going to be to cheer for both teams or whatever. And they were like, well, if you need help cheering against Mizzou, I know a lot of ways to do that. So I was obviously a Mizzou guy. My dad, Mizzou. A lot of people were Mizzou. But yeah, I think when I got here and realizing it's D1 is D1, they're all that we could potentially play them. It doesn't really bother me, I guess. I mean, obviously it's Mizzou, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, when you're growing up, Mizzou's the big school and SEC and stuff. But yeah, when I got here, it wasn't oh snap, that's my favorite team or anything. It's just kind of it's Mizzou obviously still, but it's just kind of it's not as big as I thought it was going to be when I was man, that's my favorite team or whatever.
Dope. Well, Zay, thanks again for taking the time to hang out with us on our podcast. We're all rooting for you. You got big Drake fans over here, especially because you're going up against Mizzou. But yeah, we look forward to that. And if anything else, you want to come and hop on the pod and talk about anything, we're more than welcome to have you anytime you want to come on. So.
For sure. Thank you.
All right, Zay. See you later.
Yeah.
That was freshman guard Isaiah Howard. You should catch them in the tournament. Great interview. Thanks again to Zay for giving the time out of his day. You know, he just got out of Selection Sunday. You know, he's preparing for Mizzou, like he talked about. To give us that 15-minute little interview was phenomenal. But let's get back to Mr. K-Stelt's bracket here. We were talking a little bit on this first round. I'll share the screen again for you guys so you can check out his picks so far. Okay, he's got.
Should we show this clip of them on the news at Selection Sunday? They did it at the home.
Yeah. If you want to pull that up there, yeah, absolutely.
Unshare.
I'm also looking at his like little player bio thing. Fucking 6'5", holy shit.
Yeah. He's
Big
a bug.
boy.
He's a bug.
He's got a picture of him dunking too. I should have asked him how old he was when he could dunk.
Bro, I'm frozen on the screen.
He's a little bit younger than me, but I'm still waiting for when I'm gonna. when I can dunk.
Barely, huh? Sometime you'll get there. Sometime.
I'm getting close.
I
can almost touch net. I think. Hey, there they are.
Yay!
Good old Drake.
They won their.
This is their biggest.
Yep.
That was their biggest fan right there.
No, so okay, that was the thing. We didn't 100% know. They have to win the tournament to get in. They did win the tournament, so it didn't matter. But if they didn't win the tournament, even if they were regular season champions, they may have not gotten the auto bid.
I'm sure they would.
I think they would have, but who knows?
Yeah.
So,
Is
yeah.
that him right there?
Isaiah, yep,
Is that
right there.
him?
That's Isaiah right there, yep. And then, yeah, the whole Drake community. Great. You know, it's fun to go watch them play.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool, guys. We had a real athlete on here.
Yeah, we had a real...
Not just Kyle talking about how good he is at refereeing.
Well, I didn't say that. No. I was trying. No. Wait.
I referee too. You play Division I basketball, and I ref JUCO. It's the same thing.
You guys have. It's
the same thing.
It's closer. And I was just trying to, you know, match the hey, I get it, going up another level.
Oh, he understands.
Like you can tell.
He understands.
Like you can tell. I'm sure he's okay, this guy, you know, whatever. And I don't care, but I was just trying to make small talk. Goodness gracious. Anyways, pull up the screen.
Yeah, I gotta share your screen so I can share Kyle's.
Let me
let Kyle finish up his brackets while P4 and I actually can catch our breath after
I'm glad I got some laughs
refereeing
out of this.
Dude, that was
Anyway,
awesome. Okay, so let's go back over quickly. We have Auburn, Creighton, Michigan, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Iowa State, New Mexico, and Michigan State. Out in your south, in your east, he's got the Duke Blue Devils, Baylor, Liberty with the upset, Arizona, BYU, Montana with the upset, Vanderbilt with the upset, and then Alabama. Down here in the west, he had Florida, then he had UConn. Mr. K-Stelp, who do you think is going to win between the number 5 Memphis Tigers and the number 12?
You know, once Isaiah just abruptly interrupted me through my take. But I was trying to say I've seen Colorado State play the last couple games. 10 wins in a row is pretty impressive. Memphis, they're out Tyrese Hunter, which is going to be interesting. I don't know if he's going to come back. I think he may. I don't know.
He might be.
They're a great three-point shooting team. They don't shoot a lot, though. I think I'm going to take. I'll do Colorado State.
How much does Kyle charge?
Colorado
to
State.
Yeah, how much
freelance
do you
ref?
freelance ref, or how much do you charge for reffing? That's a question from a comment.
How much do I charge for? Well, I
Yeah.
don't charge for reffing. I get paid a rate, and it depends
What's your
on
rate?
whatever.
What's your rate?
I guess the highest is maybe 250 to 300. So
Nice, there you go. He's
And
a
what's
big
the low
boss.
end? So
Is
we
that what
could
he
rent
said?
you for
What's the low end?
$150.
Low end? If
150
I'm
bucks,
doing
2
a
hours?
JV game, I'm 110, something like that.
That's if I gave you
that's a
$150,
JV
I get you for
college
2
game.
hours.
It's very weird how they.
That's your
kinda
rate?
Roll with that.
Can he hear me?
I don't know. Can you hear what he's saying?
Who? P4?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Say it. Say again, P4.
So
We got
if
an
I pay
amateur.
you 100, yeah, if I pay you $150, I get you for 2 hours. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, okay, that's how it's gonna work here.
All right, who's winning between Memphis and Colorado?
I just said Colorado State. I got 212. I got 212 seeds. Upsetting. I can't hear you, P4, because if I put my headphones, I can hear me talk.
This is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
We have the best podcast.
We're gonna run a podcast without one of the people. What is
Can't
this,
even
fucking
hear
telephone?
It. Yeah, we're communicating between 2 people.
Can you just put it out of the? We got enough fucking sound.
No,
for that
because
shit
because
anyway.
because if I
You don't
do
have any
that,
exterior?
no, I gotta work on it. I know.
already-
It's terrible. I know.
Jesus fucking
I know.
Grand
Glady, I think
Canyon
you need to
doesn't
pay
look
us.
bad. Grand
We
Canyon
need
doesn't
some-
look bad.
Who are you picking, Maryland or Grand Canyon?
It's
I'm
an
picking
online
Maryland.
school!
Maryland. Anyways, all right.
Oh, here's the big one.
The biggest one, actually. Sadly, actually not sadly, gladly, I'm picking Drake. And not because, Isaiah, you came on here and told me to pick you, is because I don't care if it was SpongeBob SquarePants and Patrick and whatever crew they had playing Missouri, I'd pick them over Mizzou every day of the week. Jordan Herzing, all those boys back home, it don't matter. Uncle for Isaiah, I'm sorry, I don't even know why you're wearing 2 shirts. You should be wearing Isaiah, Howard, Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be the only thing you're worried about. Not Mizzou. Well, you know Mizzou. Nah. You got to put Howard on the back, the blue. Anyways, Drake's making it. UNC Wilmington, close to my heart. Me and my dad snuck
No
into
Nick
that building
Howard.
one
We
time.
didn't mention it.
Yeah, I
All
know.
this talk about Howard. No Nick Howard.
Yeah.
Speaking of Howard, yeah. Texas Tech is winning this game easily. The good team.
Oh boy.
I've hated how they've done this. They put Arkansas and Kansas together. I'm kind of sick and tired of playing Arkansas. I think Kansas is going to beat Arkansas because they are just bad at a lot of things. I think Kansas. It's going to be close. It's going to be a close game. St. John's versus Omaha. Don't be spooked about Omaha. St. John's is winning this one. This is going to be easy. And I'll quick this up here. Houston, easy. And then Gonzaga, easy. This is ridiculous. That's an 8. That's the easiest 8-9 game you will ever pick in your life, by the way. I don't give a crap about McNeese's manager. I don't care if he's playing, what is he playing? Kodak Black
Yeah.
or whatever. Clemson's going to win that game.
I thought the
High
ACC was
point.
bad. We were told the ACC was bad all fucking year by you two. And now,
Well, they're gonna-
now we're picking them to make the fucking Sweet 16.
That's the
Dude
that's
beat
the,
them without the best player.
round
in
of
fucking
32.
basketball.
It's a round of 32.
Cockanoople's a top 10 pick.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. We'll get to me.
Connecticut.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow. I'm going to pick an upset here. High Point's going to beat Purdue. Get out of here with that. Interesting playing game here. Texas versus who is
Xavier.
that? Xavier? Gracious. I didn't even know Xavier was even like supposed to be in a playing game. I thought that was going to be like Indiana, but if Texas makes it, I'll pick Texas. Which I'm sure. Actually, you know what? Pick Texas. I think Texas is going to win that game. It'll be easy. Kentucky's going to beat Troy. That's a silly one. UCLA will beat Utah State. That is also a goofy game. And Tennessee will beat Wofford. Am
All
I
right.
picking the rest of this? Or am I
Yeah, we
just...
might as well pick.
Okay, we'll go quick
Rest of
and
these. Just go quick for the rest of the few ones or whatever.
Okay, Auburn's winning versus Creighton. Creighton doesn't have enough speed. I'm gonna go Michigan beating Texas A&M. If they can't figure out their fouling, it's not gonna be worth it. Iowa State's gonna lose to Ole Miss because their coach is better, and I have a bet with Nick Howard. Michigan State, Tom Izzo, they're gonna beat New Mexico State. Let's go up to the east. Drake is going to beat Baylor. Baylor only has 2 players who can score. It's not going to happen. Arizona's going to beat Liberty. Liberty just doesn't have it in the tank. I got BYU shooting out Montana. It's going to be silly. Vanderbilt, I think, is not going to beat Alabama. Alabama's going to make it. That would be silly if they won. Florida is beating UConn. Sorry, Dan Hurley, it's not going to happen. Maryland is beating Colorado State. We got some chalkers here. It's going to be okay. Drake is going to beat Texas Tech because that's just what it's going to be. St. John's is beating Kansas. There's no way Rick Pitino loses to that Kansas team. I don't care about how bad they shoot free throws. Houston is beating Gonzaga. That will be a good game, though. They've done it before. Clemson is going to beat High Point. High Point could be a Cinderella story. It doesn't matter. Kentucky's going to beat Texas or Xavier, probably Texas. I got UCLA losing to Tennessee. Tennessee's defense is too good. We'll start up the top again. Auburn beating Michigan. Michigan just doesn't have the athleticism in their system, and they also don't have great defense. I got Michigan State beating Ole Miss. Tom Izzo in the big dance. It's not going to work. Duke is Duke is beating Arizona. Caleb Love can't do it anymore. I got BYU going to the Elite Eight. They're playing Duke. It's going to be scary. They're going to shoot lights out. It'll be a close game, but we'll see what happens.
Duke
Let's hit
has
to the
better
bottom.
white boys.
Sweet 16. Maryland is beating Florida. I liked what they look like. That Big Ten style of basketball will play. Drake versus St. John's. Are you kidding me? I'm taking Drake. Are you serious? Drake can shoot free throws and make threes, and they play good enough defense. St. John's can't make free throws, fellas. It's a big part of the game in the big dance. Houston is going to beat Clemson. It will be close, and I got Tennessee beating Kentucky. Sorry, Mr. Pope. We're going to go here to the Elite Eight. I got Michigan State beating Auburn. It's going to suck, but I don't care because I love Tom Izzo. Duke is beating BYU. Defense is just too good. I got Maryland. I'm sorry, Isaiah. They're beating Drake. Those kids are phenomenal. And I got Tennessee beating Houston. Houston just doesn't have the offense to go by. To the defensive game, it'll be scary. Michigan State versus Maryland. Big Ten versus ACC versus SEC. I got Michigan State going. I got Duke going. And I think I'm just going to have to pick Michigan State to pull P4's leg here because Tom Izzo is going to come back and do it again because that's what he's always wanted to do. I got Michigan State as my champion. I didn't even know I was going to get there at that point. I'm frozen on the other screen. I got so excited. I got excited for that long. I'm probably looking like a goofball.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit there. You kind of always look like a goofball though, so that's kind of something that the fans of the Dudes in Sports podcast are like used to at this point. P4, man, you just had some crazy picks there. I'm gonna let you go through it, and I'm just gonna kind of go along with you on the screen here. So I'll share my screen real quick. All right, brand new white bracket. We've got Michigan State, K-Stealth team. P4, take it away.
You want me to start up in Auburn, right?
Yeah, go south, east, west, and then
Gotcha.
Midwest, and then we'll continue to go through that.
Auburn. I think that one speaks for itself. Louisville, because ACC is actually good, and we'll talk about that more. UC San Diego. I will not elaborate. Texas A&M. Country boys. Gets them eggheads up in Yale. Ole Miss, even though SDSU would be cool, but if you click the button, it doesn't let you say UNC, and I refuse to let UNC advance in any of my brackets, regardless of the situation. Iowa State, Lipscomb does kind of like have a funny name, but other than that. New Mexico, Michigan State. You can just click these buttons for a while, actually. Yeah, just keep clicking them. No, you're good right there. And then I think I'm going to go Baylor here. The betting odds seem pretty close. It's 1.5. Looks like it's even money for Baylor, and then minus 120 for Mississippi State. VJ Edgecombe, I've seen him in like mock drafts and stuff, so hopefully he's good. But the last time, who was Oklahoma State with fucking Cade Cunningham? I put all my eggs in that basket. You remember that? That was pre-podcast, but that was us hanging out in the old fraternity house, and did not really work for me. And it really hasn't worked for Cam either. Oregon, I guess. Arizona, I guess. I hate doing chalk, but Akron and Liberty just don't really give me. BYU, because I have Montana beating Wisconsin, and Montana, those white boys. Actually, Montana has money. Click on the preview. Money Williams. So I'm putting my money on money. And we're going to go Montana. They're also going to beat BYU, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself. St. Mary's, good team out of the Mountain West and all that. Vanderbilt, I mean, they're barely a football school. I mean, call me when baseball season starts. Then we're going to go Bama. Robert Morris, as much as I'd like to pick a underdog. Bama's just kind of got it for me. West, Florida, Norfolk State. Appreciate ya. Guess I'll go UConn. Let Dan Hurley get a little bit of something. He'll probably go absolutely apeshit at the end of that game. Like, 15 free throws to 42! Memphis, Maryland, Grand Canyon's a goddamn online school. Drake, Let's go. Even though Herzing posted on Twitter, the king. I'm sorry, the king, but kid just came on our podcast and as good as you were in softball, the king, I might have to go with him. Texas Tech, UNC Wilmington, the only team out of North Carolina I'm worried about. You know what's better than Kansas? Arkansas. I'm going Arkansas. Fuck you guys.
I'll pick you Duke to upset the 16 seed. Shut up. Third one ever in history.
I got St. John's, even though Omaha. Thanks for coming. Then Houston over SIUE, Southern Indiana University or something. What is
Southern Illinois University of Edwardsville.
well, they can go back there. Gonzaga, go Bulldogs. McNeese. I know Kyle said all that bullshit about McNeese, but I mean, their numbers are kind of good on the preview.
Yeah, they're really good.
Good offense, good defense. So I'll take them over Clemson. And I thought the ACC was bad. The ACC is so bad. And look at all these SEC schools that we have getting out in the first round, and then fucking ACC schools make it to the Sweet 16. But whatever. Best player in the country wasn't on the squad for half the championship, and fucking we still won anyway. But, you know, oh my God, it just... The mental hoops you would have to jump through to think like you just... Then Purdue, High Point, as much as it'd be fun to see them win. Illinois, Troy beating Kentucky. I mean, I don't give a fuck. UCLA over Utah State. Tennessee over Wofford. Louisville over Auburn because the ACC is so good. UC San Diego over Texas A&M, Iowa State, New Mexico, over Michigan State, who Kyle had winning it all.
Look at this. 8, 12, 3, and 10.
We're not going chalk. I'm not Jay Williams. Florida beating UConn because I really want to see Dan Hurley after that one. Memphis over Maryland, even though Maryland's pretty good. Drake over Texas Tech because, you know, that kid was on. St. John's. Then, then go to the East. We already have Duke. Oregon over Arizona. Montana over BYU. Alabama over St. Mary's. Gonzaga over Houston. Purdue over McNeese. Illinois over Troy. UCLA over Tennessee. Louisville over UC San Diego.
Oh my God. ACC kids, I swear.
ACC's good. Iowa State over New Mexico, and Iowa State beats Louisville. Might as well throw that one in. Let's keep on going down. Memphis over Florida, and then St. John's over Drake. St. John's over Memphis. And then Duke over Oregon, obviously, and then Alabama beats Montana. Money only goes so far, and then Duke beats Alabama. And Gonzaga beats Houston because fuck them. Gonzaga also beats Purdue. UCLA beats Illinois. Gonzaga beats UCLA. We have a Duke, Gonzaga, Illinois, Iowa State. I don't even care if it was Illinois State. St. John's Final Four. Iowa State beats Rick Pitino. Makes me so sad, but I don't want to see Rick Pitino lose to Duke. Because Duke's winning it all. They're beating Gonzaga. They're beating Iowa State. There's 170 points in the game, and I'm the best.
Yeah.
You guys' camera turned off.
Yeah, I know. I just realized that I don't understand why that.
I didn't even touch it.
I don't know why the camera turned off.
Kyle's ugly face broke it.
Hey.
Thank you, I'm on fire.
Hey.
Best bracket. Perfect bracket. No one's ever made a bracket like me.
He's got Duke.
They look at my
as
brackets
the
and go, how does this
Did
guy
he
make so
win?
many
Is
brackets?
Duke the winner?
He makes all the best
I
brackets.
have no idea why this is not working right now.
That's actually weird.
Okay, yeah, sorry, you can't see my pretty face. I don't know, we're going to try and figure that out, I guess.
If I have
Welcome
a charger...
to the P4 show, everybody. After hours.
Alright, well, without my face involved, we'll do my bracket here while we try to figure this out. I don't know
can't
what's
it be
going
Kyle?
on. Yeah, Kyle's. Yeah, I guess Kyle can turn on his camera. I guess his phone's probably
I'm all
dead.
by
Yeah, my phone's about to die.
I don't know why this is happening here.
What can I do to get us in trouble?
Okay, Stel, try and figure it out from below.
I'm trying to figure it out. Producer.
Oh, wait, hold on. This is the Dudes of Sports podcast. If you haven't seen us.
This is the only thing PC lives for all year, and I took Arkansas over Kansas in the first round.
Yeah, I hate you. You obviously don't know ball. It's okay. All right, I don't know why this isn't working. We'll try to figure it out in a minute. I'll go through my picks here. So, obviously, I'm going to have Auburn taking on the 16 seed. Congratulations. That was fun. Louisville over Creighton's
God,
really...
Don't use that angle.
Yeah, that's going to be
What
the
are you-
perfect angle. Well, I don't know what we're doing here, but this is how we're going to roll with this.
We have to find a charger first.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, Louisville over Creighton. I have the Ville. Yes, I said the ACC's bad. Okay, you're going to see why here in a little while, but I don't have any trust in Creighton and Ryan Kalkbrenner, so I'm going to take Louisville. Watch out, Ryan Kalkbrenner. He is the center for Creighton University. UC San Diego, definitely a team to watch. Michigan did just win the Big Ten championship, but however... UC San Diego is on fire. They can shoot the lights out. I got them taking out Michigan, and Dusty May's first year at Michigan ends abruptly in the first round. I've got Texas A&M. Wade Taylor IV is a phenomenal player for the SEC, and I think they're going to do really well. I got Ole Miss. Chris Beard and company should be pretty good. Iowa State, TJ Hotzelberger is a great coach and will be a great coach. They may not do very far because they have a really bad offense, but we'll have to wait and see. I've got, everybody's picked New Mexico. I'm going to take Marquette and Shaka, just to kind of switch it up a little bit. And then I am going to take Michigan State here, beating Bryant. If we go look at this East region, I've got the 16 seed. No, I'm just kidding. I got the Duke Blue Devils winning the first round. Shouts out there. I'm going to take Mississippi State. I really like Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard is a phenomenal player.
No, wait. What? Who?
It's not Chuba Hubbard. It's Hubbard. I can't remember the first name. Josh Hubbard. My bad. Chuba Hubbard is
You
Yeah,
picked
he's
Chuba over Josh in your brain. He's
No.
on the Panthers.
I know he's on the Panthers! I'm taking Oregon over Liberty.
This was your thing.
It is my thing, but sometimes I get things mixed up, P4. Unlike all that happens all the time with you.
Go to camera.
Doesn't let me. Okay. I've got Arizona winning over Akron. And then I've got BYU, VCU. This is going to be a really good game. Each one of them have BYU. I'm going to take the upset with VCU over BYU. I think VCU is highly underrated. And then I am going to take Wisconsin over Montana. I think Montana is a really good team, but I think Wisconsin just has more in-depth stuff for them. Then I'm going to take Vanderbilt with the upset over St. Mary's because I never, ever think St. Mary's is going to be any good. And then I'm going to take Alabama. If we go look in this West region, I've got Florida. Pretty easy. This one's really interesting. Jeremiah Fears is really good for Oklahoma, but I am kind of fading the SEC. I am going to take UConn and Dan Hurley as well in the first round. Them getting eliminated in the first round would be pretty crazy. Memphis, like Kyle said, was without Tyrese Hunter, which is going to be a huge factor for this game. But I think PJ Haggerty is a great player, and he'll lead them at least through the first round. Give me Memphis. Maryland, if you've been watching along on our podcast, I actually had Maryland as one of those dark horse teams. They really got a bad break with Grand Canyon. I think Grand Canyon's a lot better than people think, but I am going to take Derek Queen, the Big Ten Freshman of the Year, winning the game. This isn't even obvious. This is so obvious. Hey, Coach Adkins, Coach Boswell, Coach everybody that's a Mizzou fan at Plattsburgh High School watching this. Watch this very carefully. There, that's all I got to say. Screw Mizzou. They're terrible. Drake's going to slow down the game. Bennett Sturt's going to
Brandon
have...
Boswell tells you that you should pick Arkansas over Kansas.
Yeah, that's Coach Boswell. That's the head football coach at Plattsburgh High School. He's a big Mizzou fan. It also said that he is going to be doing what Isaiah's grandpa's doing. So we can keep our thoughts on that. I'm going to do Texas Tech over UNC Wilmington. I like UNC. I think Texas Tech was another one of those sleepers that I picked. This is so hard. Because, Kansas sucks. They're not good. But Arkansas is worse. Okay? The only reason I'm picking Kansas is because Arkansas is worse. Okay? Calipari doesn't know how to coach. Okay? They don't really have that great. Boogie Flan's back. Oh, well. He hasn't played all year. I'm going to take Kansas in the first round. And then I am going to take Rick Pitino's St. John's Red Storm. That's going to be a great, great team to watch. Up in the Midwest, I've got Houston, obviously taking on the 16th seed, and then I also have Gonzaga. Gonzaga's been insanely hot. We're WCC Conference Tournament champions this last year, this conference tournament. So, and they're really, really hot this year. Fade the ACC. Fade the ACC. McNeese. Clemson's not that good. I also going to take a double upset in this. I'm going to pick High Point. If you don't know about High Point, go look them up. First ever NCAA tournament bid. They are extremely fun to watch. Keza Griffa is honestly really great. Purdue was supposed to be one of those really good teams in the Big Ten. They've kind of fallen off. Braden Smith is going to turn the ball over. So I'm going to take High Point. I am going to take Illinois to win. They are really, up and down, but they've kind of be able to beat, I think, either Texas or Xavier. And I am also going to take Kentucky over Troy. I'm going to take the upset of Utah State over UCLA. I don't think Nick Cronin's team is really that good, and they continue to complain about going to the East Coast in the Big Ten, even though that they signed up to be in the Big Ten. Like, you knew this was going to happen, but now you're going to complain about it? Like, what? Like, we tried to keep you with the Pac-12, but then you wanted more money. And if you want more money, you can't complain about travel. Like, that's that simple. I don't like Nick Cronin. I think Utah State's got a great team in the Mountain West. I've got Tennessee winning. However, Tennessee offensive struggles are really there. They kind of showed that Charles Lanier can be a guy, but it just kind of depends. I'm going to have Auburn beating the Ville. I think the Ville got really screwed on their seeding. I think they should have been at probably a 7 after their run to the NCAA tournament. I think it would have got a better draw as a 7. But the 8, having played Auburn, I'm going to take Auburn. And then I am going to take Texas A&M and Wade Taylor the 4th, making up an SEC matchup. And then I've got Iowa State beating Chris Beard and Ole Miss. And then I've got, of course, Mr. Tom Izzo moving on. So I definitely go scratch here. But down here in the West bracket, I am going to take Florida over Dan Hurley. I can't wait again, like B4 said, to watch Dan Hurley complain about whatever it is he's going to complain about. I am going to take Derek Queen in Maryland just because Derek Queen is really good and Memphis does not have Tyrese Hunter, which I think is going to play a huge factor for Penny Hardaway's team. I am going to take Drake as well. I actually really think Drake is going to be really, really tough test against Texas Tech. I wish they had a different spot in the bracket, but it is what it is. You got to face the 361st pace, which means they're one of the slowest in the nation. If they get ahead of you, they can control the game. Bennett Sturts is phenomenal. Watch out for him. Isaiah, shout out Isaiah. He had 25 in the quarterfinal, like in the Missouri Valley. So they've got some guys coming off the bench that could be really good. Give me Drake. And then I am going to take Rick Pitino's Red Storm. I think that team is phenomenal. Red Storm is great. That'll end KU's season with another season of not making a second weekend. There's definitely need some changes around here. Hopefully Bill Self can get some younger minds in there and not realize that picking a center that was just okay for 2 years is going to magically change at Kansas. That doesn't work. We need to develop some kids. We need to have somebody. The transfer portal thing is not working. We need to figure something out. But I've got St. John's winning that game easily. I've got Duke over Mississippi State. Mississippi State fade SEC. P4 made a good point saying the SEC kind of plays each other and they kind of got overhyped. 14 teams in the tournament.
Wait, can you say that one more time?
P4 was right about one thing in his life, and now he's going to let me never forget it. So, I am 14 teams in the field is unbelievable. Like, the SEC was very good. I'm not saying that. But for Texas to make it in, for Oklahoma to make it in, it's about as bad as UNC making it in. I had a lot of problems with the bubble, but it is what it is. I'm not the guy they're paying.
UNC's athletic director was right?
Oh, yeah.
Am I saying this right?
Yeah.
He's like the head of the selection committee or something.
Yeah. I don't understand how they made it. They're like 1-12 in quad one. Like they were not good this year, and the ACC wasn't any good either. Like there was one good team out of the ACC, and they're number 1 seed. So like I don't understand why they're in the field. Whatever.
Louisville's good. Clemson's kind of good.
No.
Georgia Tech was pretty good.
No, they were terrible.
Wait, you have Louisville beating Creighton.
I do. I have Louisville going out here to the second round. I don't think Creighton's that good. I think I'm going to take Caleb Love. No, I'm going to take this Oregon Big Ten team. They're very good. Caleb Love, I'm taking it away. Caleb Love likes to choke in big games and big moments. He's going to do that here. He's going to piss down his pants. I'm going to take Oregon. I'm going to take VCU to make the Sweet 16. I think VCU's defensive efficiency is going to really carry them. They really have some great players as well. Wisconsin's good, but deserving of a 3 seed, not in my book. But, you know, it is what it is. And then I am going to take Bama to make it out of this against Vanderbilt. Good season for Vandy. And then down here, this is a great matchup. This Houston-Gonzaga matchup. I'm a Big 12 guy, and I really like Kelvin Sampson's team. But when has Mark Few never made a Sweet 16? Like it's been like 16 years. I think he's going to continue to streak, and this is where this side of the bracket's going to be the funky one where we get a random like team make it out. I am going to pick High Point to beat McNeese. No, I like the hype train. We'll go.
He switched.
I did. I switched. I'm gonna do McNeese. I think this will be a great game, great contest. But I'm gonna do McNeese making it out of there. I am gonna take Kentucky. I think their offense is great. Mark Pope's got a lot of things good going over there, and I am gonna take Tennessee here for another SEC matchup. SEC matchup. Come on now. Auburn is gonna destroy Texas A&M, and then I have. Yeah, this is a really tough matchup. I'm gonna take Izzo just because Izzo has a lot of experience in the tournament, and that's the way I feel with that. And TJ Otzelberger and that team really struggles to play offense once in a while. Let's go to Duke here. This one's pretty easy. Oregon's okay. They had a great run, but Duke is just too good. And I am gonna take Alabama. I think Alabama is really, really good offensively, even though they struggle defensively. I think a team like VCU just can't handle the offense. I love Maryland, and I really wish Maryland was not in the same side as Florida, but I am going to take Florida. I think Florida's team is so deep that even if Derek Queen goes off for Maryland, Florida's going to have somebody else go off, multiple people. So I'm going to take them. Unfortunately, this is where the Cinderella story does end. I like Rick Pitino, and I like the St. John's Red Storm. Drake is going to give them all their...
If there were two.
No, I'm saying Drake is the Cinderella team.
Oh.
Drake is an 11 seed, and so that's where their run ends because Rick Pitino is a legendary top 5, top 10 coach of all time, and they're on fire. This will be a great matchup, though. I can't wait to see the different pace, especially this one, too. Mizzou and Drake, the pacing styles are completely different. Mizzou likes to run versus Drake likes to slow the ball down. So this will be really interesting. It's the same way here. I think St. John's is just a better team than Mizzou, and they're just going to barely edge out Drake. But obviously, Drake could easily win that game. Finally, over here in the Midwest region, the wonky one, I am going to take Gonzaga and Mark Few. I think Mark Few's got something cooking over there that we're not expecting. And then I am going to... dude, I hate both of these teams. I really hate both these teams. I'm going to take Kentucky just because of offense. Tennessee, they have to rely on Chaz Lanier. Chaz Lanier's good, but I've been
Tennessee, they just beat Auburn.
Yeah, congratulations. Do you want a cookie?
No, I feel like
It's
that's
a
a pretty
conference
important
tournament.
factor.
It's a conference tournament. Who cares?
And
why does it matter?
it's a game.
Why does it matter?
It's on their record.
So what?
They're gonna beat.
They're 18 and 5.
They're gonna lose to Kentucky.
Yeah.
Did Kentucky make it farther than them?
No.
Exactly. That's why I think it's silly.
Okay, and that's why you're on a 10-day contract.
Defense wins.
I'm gonna pick the 1 seeds here. I think Auburn and Duke.
Chalk.
Hey, it's fine, you can do chalk, bro. You gotta do chalk once in a while because what else? Like, they're supposed to win. Like, what, do you want me to just pick the teams that are supposed to maybe win? No, I'm gonna pick the teams that I think are actually gonna win. I don't just pick upsets because, I want the bracket to look cool. I don't care. I'm picking who I think's gonna win. And I'm gonna go chalk again because I'm gonna go Florida here. But guess what? I'm putting Mark Few in the Final Four as an 8 seed. I don't care. I think we always have to have that one random, and I think that they are so hot this year.
I did that too.
Yeah, still. Okay. I agree with you. Good job.
All right.
And I'm going to agree with you here and think Duke's going to go on as well. I am going to pick Florida over Alabama. I think Florida is better. And I'm going to break P4's heart because I am going to take the Florida Gators because I think Florida is the team to beat this year. Scored 102 points on Alabama. I know they don't have good defense. Killed Tennessee. They've beaten plenty of teams. They've had a few slip-ups this season, but I think that they're phenomenal.
Didn't
Mizzou beat them in a regular season game.
Guess
what, Kyle? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Before that.
I know. This thing's like being
Go check your requirements up there right here at this level. No, not
look
there.
Look what you made me do.
Go up here. Go to camera. Turn it off. Turn it on.
I don't know. We're almost done here. It's
And go to camera. Turn it on.
Hey, there it actually works. That would have been great if that would have worked earlier. Anyways, we'll take this off of me so you don't have two screens of just me.
I got it.
Yeah. So there's our picks. We've got our champions. Hopefully Nick Howard, not Isaiah Howard. Nick Howard will be able to come on.
Howard University.
Yeah, or Howard University. You know, the Nick Howard.
Whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, Howard plays at Howard, and then we also have Howard on the podcast.
Yep. So we've got obviously.
Too confusing. We gotta get out of here.
K-Stel picked Michigan State. Your main man from way out west picked Duke. I picked Florida. That's gonna be our podcast for tonight. Catch us every Sunday, 7:30 and 9:30. Thanks to all of our new viewers that have decided to stick around, see that Isaiah interview. That was pretty great. And then also stick around and watch our dumb picks. We appreciate it all. Like, subscribe. Check us out every single Sunday, 9:30 Central, 7:30 Pacific. Let's go to our final wrap-up here. Main man from way out west, what is your final words to the people?
Yeah, thanks for everyone in the chat. I see Go Seahawks. They stink. Cooper Kupp coming back home. Let's call that out real quick. Eastern Washington, I did a football camp out there. We did pretty good. Wait. This is a ball from that senior year. Put it up in the trophy case. Congrats to Cooper Kupp, Sam Darnold. Hey, guys, I don't know if the Seahawks know this. Jets suck. If he's not on the Jets anymore, he's probably not that good. So why you keep on taking Jet quarterbacks? I want to say that to all my Seahawks fans out there. So go Hats. Jets. Oh, God. Jets are cooked? No, Justin Fields. PC brackets suck. I agree, even though, except for the parts that I said. Kyle's bracket, that one was pretty bad. Donate via Super Chat. Or just, send me money or something.
Don't send him money because there's no way any of the money will go anywhere except for in his own bank account.
Hey!
Do not send him money.
Wait, time. Quick shout out to. 1 second. Quick shout out to. Are you kidding me? Camera 2's down. Camera 2 is down. What happened, Camera 2?
You gotta allow it to work. You have to click allow.
No, you're capping, bro.
I'm capping.
Cord's gone. Cord's gone. All right, we'll come back to Camera 2. Camera 2 will come back next pod. Back to Camera 1. So thank you guys. Like, donate, subscribe, and thank you to Isaiah Howard again. I'm sure he didn't turn on the podcast after he left. He's probably doing something much more fun right now. So congrats to him. Hopefully he gets some minutes in this tournament and really shows out. That'll be super awesome for us. Make us famous, hopefully. So announce us on CBS or TBS or whatever you're on. And yep, thanks guys. Bye, folks.
K-Stel.
Yeah, I thought my bracket was pretty solid, to be honest. I don't know this idea of Florida winning the championship. That's ridiculous. Nick Howard, I do believe that Iowa State will still lose, before the Sweet 16? I think I made the bet that it was they lose before the Sweet 16?
I think so.
Something like that. I know my head's just kind of popping up here, so I kind of look goofy. I do appreciate Isaiah coming on here. Whatever, put together young man. He's got a great future ahead of him in whatever he wants to do, to be honest. But again, hopefully he gets some great minutes at in the tournament, especially against Mizzou, man. I think there's going to be a lot of, drive to beat that school, especially to make sure that your uncle doesn't wear 2 different jersey styles. It's kind of ridiculous, in my opinion. Other than that, I know I put my little MLB thing up here. That'll be next week. We don't even need to worry about that. That's ridiculous. Smart or dumb, who cares? I think I'll probably do the Blazing Challenge, though.
Next week, probably.
Yeah, Blazing Challenge for me, that'll definitely be something else. P4 still hasn't done whatever.
No, he did the pre-workout. He did it. He already did the pre-workout. He did it. It's Howard. It's Howard. It's Howard with the smelling salts.
Yeah, Howard's got to do the smelling salts, so we'll figure it out. Solid pod. I know I wasn't in my, normal environment, but I thought my head was doing a pretty good job right now, just being the only thing talking. So, other than
that.
Other than that, that was a crazy saying.
My
Should I say,
head
like, pause or
pretty
something? I
talking.
think I need to. Anyways, like P4 said, subscribe, send some money via Super Chat, whatever however that works on the streaming services. I don't even know if we're up there right now. We haven't moved to Twitch yet. We're not that style.
Yeah, that might be
of,
coming season 2.
maybe, I don't even know, we'll figure it out once we get the production cost up there, and our funds get better. Anyways, excited
Because
for
of
this
viewers
week.
like you.
Anyways, excited for this week. Playing Games Texas, I'm looking at you guys. Figure it out. I got you guys going a decent way for a playing game. Not like UCLA that one season. That was crazy. Made it to the Final Four. Mizzou sucks. KU hopefully doesn't suck. They probably will. Duke, figure it out. Other than that,
What do you mean figure it out? We just won without the best player in the country.
Figure it out.
It's figured.
Is it? Until you win the championship, it ain't figured.
We're just waiting for the games to get on the schedule. Fuck, you wanted to play it right now?
Exactly, yeah. The way you've been talking about them.
The way you've been talking about him. KU's got to worry about Arkansas. Fucking Bill Self's sweating his ass off at his home in
Not
goddamn
of
Blue
Arkansas.
Springs.
Not for Arkansas.
Oh my God. What are we going to do?
For St. John's.
How can I get fucking the big fella
Can't
in
even
the
speak.
corner open on some threes?
No. Hunter Dickinson is 90 to shoot another 3 the rest of the year. I swear to God, if I see that guy shoot more than
that's
I
what
one
think
he
three.
was
Hunter. I think
He was
Hunter
getting
was
ready.
actually
He's like, how are we going to get him open?
I think he
on
was
the-
like
on the
above
outside.
50%.
Josh Shire's
No,
Oh,
he didn't.
fuck.
No, he went
This-
1 for
Just
4.
get
This
on the ball to
tournament.
con. We'll be fine. We don't
He
even
went
need
1 for
to.
4 in our elimination game.
Oh, well, I meant the tournament.
Yeah. Then the day before, he went like 2 for 5.
For threes?
Yeah.
I thought he made a lot.
Because he made 2. He made the first one
We'll see.
twice in both games, and then he did nothing the rest of it. I'm pretty sure.
Look at these
That's what
guys.
happens when
They're
we
all
don't
over the
get Zeke
place.
Allen.
I hate
Fans,
chaos.
we're cool, calm, and collected.
Shut up.
Not
No one
worried
cares.
about a thing.
No one cares. No one cares.
Not worried about a thing.
All right, like, subscribe. Thanks for coming out. Please see us again at 9:30 Central Time every Sunday. We'll get back to our normal pod with all of our sports, and we will